Today, I'm sorry, why is my shoe on the... Today, I am creating a really cute tumbler with my September collaboration box with My Star Creations, and she's the best because she gave me complete creative freedom. I mean, I designed the vinyls on my iPad with my booger hooks. I mixed all the glitters myself and picked the colors. So I'm really excited to show it to you and to show you the beautiful cup that I made. And if you like my box, you can actually get it tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on her website, which I will link. Anyway, mwah! Thank you for coming back for another Ratchet video on my channel. If you guys enjoy my content, please like and subscribe and tell your friends, your neighbors, your Sancho's cousins, all of that, because all of that helps me and my channel, and it's very appreciated. Thank you. Here are the vinyl patterns that I designed for my collaboration box with My Star Creations. I'm so excited for you to finally see them. I worked so hard on them. I think they're so cute, but of course, my opinion is just a teeny tiny itty bitty little bit biased. This one is transparent, and so is the first one that I showed you. And those are the two that I'm going to use for this particular video. And now let me show you the beautiful glitters. I mixed these myself. Well, 3 of these I custom mixed by myself. The other 2 are just colors that I picked. Also, that beautiful chunky green and purple mix that you see is probably the one that I am most proud of. I had that concept of that color scheme in my head for so long. And when I mixed it, I think I mixed like 4 or 5 different glitters to create that one glitter. And I was like, okay, so cute, 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 cute. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my glue all over my tumbler. Now, I'm not gonna make this part of me applying the glue too long because you guys already know how to do that. But I am using Helios from Hyperion. And the reason I'm using this is because it doesn't dry fast and it stays tacky even after it dries. So this tumbler is a 40-ounce tumbler. It's pretty long. So it took me a little bit to glitter it, and I didn't want to feel like I was rushing. And Mod Podge dries a little fast, but you could also use Tack It if you wanted to. Or you could do the epoxy method if you want a little bit more working time. Okay, so here's a really good tip that I'm about to give you. And this tip is for whenever you're gonna use chunky glitter on a tumbler. Always, always, always use a super fine, ultra fine, or just a fine glitter as your base to match your chunky glitter, because then you're only gonna need 1 coat of chunky glitter, not 2 coats, which is amazing because adding 2 coats of chunky glitter to a tumbler would be so hard to cover with epoxy. So adding this first coat of fine glitter first, and then going in with your chunky for the second coat, queens and kings. That's the way to live. Okay, so I'm starting my chunky at the rim because I want the chunky to cascade down. So I'm making sure that I cover the rim completely first. And then I'm just kind of sprinkling my glitter up there. But once I get to the point where I want it to start cascading down, I'm gonna tilt my tumbler almost at a 90-degree angle, and I'm gonna start sprinkling from like the very top towards the rim. And the reason I'm gonna do this is because I'm gonna let the glitter naturally cascade down the tumbler, and it's gonna create this beautiful like waterfall effect. It's so stinking beautiful. Guys, another tip, and not like the tip you're used to getting at home all the time. Another tip is make sure that you go in with your chunky first, because you see all those beautiful pieces of chunky glitter that are just kind of cascading down the cup and just kind of landing wherever they want to land. That is why you want to do your chunky first, because when you come in with your fine, that fine glitter is not going to disturb those pieces of chunky glitter that are already stuck there. So basically, this is just going to fill in the gaps in between the chunky, but it's not going to cover the chunky. It's going to look beautiful. You know, like I said in my voiceover for my reel, it's kind of like the fine glitter and the chunky glitter got together, had a baby, and the ombre in the middle is the baby. They go perfectly good together. Like, look at that, you guys. Look how beautiful those pieces of chunky glitter that cascaded down look. Look at this glitter. Guys, I'm so freaking proud of this box, and huge thank you to Yvette for giving me so much creative freedom and letting me totally design the vinyls and pick the glitters. I even designed the box. Anyway, so I'm gonna take my hands and my fingers and I'm gonna press down that chunky glitter to make it lay flat. I'm gonna seal it 3 times with my sealer of choice, which I use polyacrylic, but I recommend using whatever works best for you. And then I went in with 40 mLs of epoxy. Now guys, keep in mind, this is a 40-ounce straight. It's a very big cup from Craft Haven. I really like it because I drink water all day and I'm constantly refilling my cup. So I'm down for the extra 10 ounces, okay? All right, so once I have a smooth coat of epoxy over my tumbler, now I do want to add, I did do 2 coats of 40 mLs. So I did 1 coat of 40 mLs, let it dry, and then went in with another 40 mLs just to make sure I had really good coverage over that chunky glitter. You never want to apply vinyl over a tumbler if you don't have a smooth surface. So I'm going to remove 1 inch of the backing off of my vinyl. And what you guys saw me is you guys just saw me measure my vinyl so that I know exactly where to cut it so that it would take up half of my tumbler. So that those measurements are going to depend on whatever style tumbler you're using. Now, the reason I'm so freaking excited about this is because this is transparent vinyl, which means that I'm not going to be covering up that gorgeous glitter. You're just going to be able to see those beautiful decals over. And so as you can see, I am just applying my vinyl like I would normally apply vinyl. I think I've done a ton of tutorials where I explain in detail how I wrap my tumblers and do all that good stuff. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that specific part of the video, but basically I just remove 1 inch of backing off of my vinyl. And then I slowly start to push the vinyl in the direction that I want it to go and use my sausage fingers to press it all the way down. Also, I never realized that my camera stopped recording, so sorry that I couldn't get that last piece for you guys. Then I took my vinyl and pushed it in to the very rim, and I'm just kind of making sure that it's nice and adhered. I'm pushing it in, making sure it's nice and like on there, and then I'm gonna take my X-Acto knife and I am gonna cut off the excess. This is another thing you guys have seen me do a gajillion times. Basically, I just take my X-Acto knife and point it inside of the tumbler and just kind of shimmy shoo until I remove that excess. Guys, I truly am a little sad because I feel like these videos do not do these cups justice. Like, this cup is so beautiful in real life. What I like about Yvette's transparent vinyl is that it's stretchy. So you can see me kind of stretching it and making it really hug that bottom curve. And then once I do that and I have it completely smooth around the bottom, what I'm gonna do is I am going to take my X-Acto knife and just cut off right at the curve and remove that excess vinyl at the bottom. And it's gonna look really beautiful and clean and cute and all of the cute things. See, watch me peel it off. Satisfying. Look, ooh, satisfying. Ew, why do I talk like that? Guys, look how cute this is. This is my subscription, not my subscription box. This is Yvette's subscription box, but my collaboration box with her. Guys, so freaking cute. Okay, sorry. I don't know why I'm talking like that. I'm going to use one of the other patterns from my box for the opposite side. However, instead of wrapping from top to bottom, I want to do just a little bit more than half. And I couldn't decide exactly which way I wanted to go. But I'm going to show you in a second something cool that I did with my, like I cut around with my X-Acto knife to kind of make it look like the candies were naturally cascading up the cup. You'll see in just a moment. So what you saw me do there was the exact same thing I did to start with. I just made sure that I measured exactly how much I needed to cut off so that it would line up perfectly with the vinyl that I've already applied. Now, it's okay if your edges aren't perfect and don't line up perfectly straight, because we are going to use vinyl strips to hide where our two vinyls meet. So do not be too hard on yourself if they're not, perfectly straight. So now I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the process on the opposite side with the other pattern vinyl and just kind of go back and forth, removing any air bubbles, making sure I'm pushing down really good and applying that other section. Guys, this is really satisfying. Like, honestly, sometimes I feel like I forget how fun it is to watch videos and just see somebody work, but it's one of the most satisfying. Did I just burp while I was talking? Ghetto. It's one of the most satisfying things ever. I like watching people make things, not just tumblers, but all crafts in general. I'm gonna do the exact same thing to the bottom. Love that this vinyl is stretchy because you can literally see how smooth it is at the bottom. So once I do that and tuck it underneath, I take my X-Acto knife one more time, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off that excess. Shimmy, shimmy, shoo, shimmy, sha, shimmy, shoo. Be really careful. Do not cut one of your fingers off. Booger hooks, sausage fingers. How are you gonna pick your nose? How are you gonna scratch your butt? How are you gonna pop your pimples? I mean, you really need your fingers. So just be really careful because I don't wanna be responsible or liable for any injuries. Okay, here's the cool part I was telling you about. I'm gonna take my X-Acto knife and I'm gonna kind of cut around the candies so that I'm not cutting the vinyl in a perfectly straight line. And I'm kind of just cutting around the candies so that it looks like they're naturally cascading up the cup. I don't know, maybe I'm a silly little goose and need to get back in the pond, but I thought that would be such a cute little touch versus just doing a straight line and putting like vinyl strips on it. I thought this would be really cute, but you don't have to do it this way. You can cut a straight line and then use vinyl, But I really thought this was cute. Like, look at that. It just kind of looks like the candies are just naturally trickling up the cup. So cute. Cute, cute, cute. Cute, cute, cute. And then I took some vinyl strips. I had to make my vinyl strips pretty much just under 12 inches long because this is a 40 ouncer. So this cup is taller than my sister. This cup is very tall. So this strip is almost 12 inches long. So I did one on both sides. And then to give a little bit of, not texture, but just to give a little bit more character, aside from doing this really beautiful green holographic, I also went in and did black vinyl strips on top. Guys, I do want to tell you, if you like what you've seen of my box so far, it is going to be available tomorrow on Thursday, and it's going to be on Yvette's website, which I will link in the description, and it'll be available at 8 Central Time, which is 9 Eastern Time. So if you guys want to snag the box before the spots sell out, definitely set your alarm clock for tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and head over to her website and snag the box. I'm super duper happy. I have so much fun making these boxes. Like, it's just, I really love putting all this stuff together. I like, making glitter combinations and custom mixes and picking out, just different things that are going to go good together. And I designed the vinyls on my iPad first, but I already had the color scheme in mind for the glitters. And then when I finally went to Texas to mix the glitters, my vinyls were already designed. So it just kind of pulled everything together. And I'm really proud of this box, guys. So I really hope that you enjoy it. So I did just kind of pick a font from Creative Fabrica and I typed in a little quote, that I wanted, but you guys can put whatever you want on this side. You could put a name, you could put a quote, you could put whatever you want. I know this font is super cute. Don't worry. I will link it in the description. And don't forget, you can try Creative Fabrica for $1 if you want to. You can use my link, but if you don't want to, you don't have to, because I'm not the boss of you. I'm not the boss of anybody. Well, I'm kind of the boss of Jenny. Honey, sorry if you're watching this, sorry. But, just don't fight it, babe. Anyway, guys, so that's about it. This is it. I didn't want to do anything else to the cup. I thought this was perfect. I am in love with how it turned out. After this, I simply did one more coat of 40 mLs, and that was thick enough to give me a super smooth coat over the tumbler and the decals. I'm obsessed with how it looks. And this is gonna be my Halloween cup, you guys. This is gonna be my Halloween cup. Look at her. She's so beautiful. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this video, and I'll see you on Saturday. Besitos. Thanks for watching.